in June, I'm like, I'm not going to let that happen again. um, it's, you are going to feel terrible if you eat something that is poison to our bodies, right? So,
Mhm.
um, the feeling like death part, I mean, I know they say not to do this, but the last time I did it was in September and I just fasted for 20 hours and I did feel much better. So, I mean, then the next meal was ketovore. So, that's what you have to do. You have to just make a choice. It's always a choice. You don't have to eat the crap, right? So,
Mhm.
next meal, make it meat based.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I've heard also taking it like one day at a time. I think Laura Spath, correct me if I'm wrong, talks about that. So it's like if I have to think about committing to this for like my life,
My life. Yeah.
that's a lot. But I can commit to I'm going to eat meat today. I
Mhm.
can do that. I can do today or this hour, right?
And that was really the way it was when I rebooted because I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I was like, how many day ones can I have? That
Mm.
was kind of my thought. And I'm like, I don't want to keep having day ones. So eventually the momentum picks up, right?
Yeah, yeah. Once you
Yeah.
get that momentum, it does get easier. At least for me, it did.
But you're not, I heard this, my pastor said this at a sermon recently, and it's really stuck with me. Failure is an event, not a person. So you're not
Oh.
a failure. You made a choice. And
Mhm.
that is a time, an opportunity to learn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ooh, nice, Renee.
Oh,
Small victories right there.
That's a
yeah,
Yeah,
victory.
for
absolutely.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, kitty. Is that a kitty? Oh. Okay, now I'm gonna go off on that tangent.
I bet my cat's badder.
Yeah, mine's around here
He's
somewhere.
rotten.
Was
I
right
miss
next
my
to me, but she
cat.
took off.
Badass cat says, I've been carnivore longer than I've been to the carnivore.
Bad
That is
ass cat.
true. That is
Oh,
true.
excuse me. Baddest cat. I'm sorry, I misread that.
Same thing.
That was a Freudian
On
slip
purpose.
right there. Yes, it was.
See you later, Robin.
Bye, Robin.
Oh my goodness, where are we at here?
Yeah. I
Oh yeah.
I
Oh,
I
I've
had a
heard a
lot.
lot of people say that to get back on track, I've heard Dr. Berry recommend this to like just fast for a day and then get back into it rather than like maybe trying to ease with still having some carbs in there.
Yep.
Just go ahead and fast. But, you know, I
I
guess,
felt terrible.
yeah.
A lot of diarrhea when I was coming back.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fatigue, which I didn't really experience keto flu when I first started in 2018 because I think I just did it slowly,
Yeah.
started taking
Mhm.
stuff out. But
Mhm.
I came back hard. So, yeah.
I'm gonna get deep. I'm not gonna do my whole spiel, don't worry. But there's a root cause, right? So I focus a lot on emotional eating and stuff in my professional and YouTubes. Um, but yeah, if you're struggling, most people who do carnivore come to carnivore to lose weight and they have some sort of sugar or carb problem. I'm not gonna say addiction, I'll just say problem. Um, and the problem with that is the diet isn't going to fix the root cause of the reason you do those things. So I'm a firm believer of addressing the root cause. So if you are still struggling with food, um I personally went to therapy. I'm not saying, everyone goes to therapy. I personally think everyone can benefit, but I would like ask yourself why and keep asking yourself why until you get to the deep rooted cause of the problem and just start with that. Also keep a food journal for at least 2 weeks and log your thoughts and feelings before, during, and after your meals, so you'll start to see a pattern. But that's what I recommend. A lot of times it's not the food. Food, of course, controls your feel good hormones, your appetite controlling hormones, all those things. But so do your emotions. So that's what I would recommend outside of just food.
Yeah, I actually joined Dr. Joan Iflin's group for a couple of months just to get some strategies to deal with the addiction part, the root causes of why I mean, yes, the food industry has created the product that addicts us, but there's also why did we reach out for it in the first place, right? So, yeah, it's very helpful.
Hi, Erin.
Hi, Erin.
Hello. I'm sorry.
Hi,
I had
JT.
hi, Karen and JT. Yes.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey.
Lucky 7.
All
Busy
right.
day
We're still
tonight.
outnumbered.
That's all
Sorry,
right.
JT, you guys are outnumbered tonight.
That's all right. Luckily, John reminded me. I almost forgot. How you guys
I'm
doing
glad
tonight?
you popped in.
We're
Well,
good.
we're all doing good. You miss Rick. He's out he's getting his truck towed home.
Probably breaking up a duck fight when he gets home out in the front yard.
His truck broke down.
No, the story was even better than that, actually.
Yeah.
I think. Just
Yeah,
about-
he had quite the adventure.
Go back and watch the replay on that one.
yeah, to watch the first 15 minutes of the stream, it just went completely downhill.
Immediately.
Yeah.
I didn't do it.
So how was Halloween for
So she
everybody?
says.
Well,
None
I
of
did
it.
Lioness Lifestyle, so I had fun. Yeah.
I did a live ignore trick-or-treaters with me.
Yay, there you
Oh,
go.
With two
that's a good
people.
one.
Close
I
the,
do
the
people.
shades and turn off the lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
my
ignored the
strategy.
trick-or-treaters too.
Yeah. I put the basket on the front steps because my dogs kept trying to escape every time someone would knock on the door. So I had enough. And then by like 7 o'clock, the lights were out and that was it. I was done.
I don't blame you. Yeah, my
Yeah.
dogs are runaways. They get that doors open, they're gone.
I have that problem with my cat. He thinks he wants to go outside until he gets out there, and then he's afraid because he's an indoor cat, but he's just curious.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I have to make sure he doesn't run out the door.
Tell him he's not about that life. Get back inside, man.
Yep.
Michelle says, I heard that Coffee Mate is bad for you, but slowly using less every day. What can I replace Coffee Mate with? I need coffee. No way. I can giving that up, laughing out loud on the carnivore diet. I use heavy whipping cream every day. I have 2 cups of coffee with no sweetener. Heavy whipping cream for the win. Some people like butter, but I think butter brings a flavor to it that I'm not overly excited about. So heavy whipping cream is my favorite.
Keto chow.
I was going to suggest the same thing. I got excited because this is a question for Erin and I for sure. Right, Erin?
Happy girls.
Yeah, for sure. I know exactly what to put in it.
Yeah, I have not given up my coffee, and I also use heavy whipping cream. I do recommend measuring that because if you don't, you can tend to go. Look at Johnny. Like,
That'll be it.
I
Yep.
measure because you can tend to like over pour on that heavy whipping cream. And then I also add the chocolate element. So that's kind of how I get in my electrolytes. So I will say, although I do say I'm a carnivore, I'm not 100% carnivore. I still have my coffee and I still do my chocolate element for my, but
I call it carnivore with perks.
freaky. Right. Yes.
Carnivore with perks.
Carnivore with perks. That's right. So
Carnivore with
it's a
perks.
really good flavor, the chocolate element. And they right now
Yeah.
I've heard Becky can confirm that they have a caramel chocolate is out right now. So, and I think Erin has that too.
Good.
So I'm going to be
That's good.
quiet and let them talk about that.
That's good.
I put mine in my brown butter bites element.
No.
Ooh, okay.
Mike, I was actually thinking that we look like we could be either the Brady Bunch or
Mike
Hollywood
Shaw, I think I sent you the link for this.
So, Erin, you put something different in your coffee. You put protein, don't you?
Yeah, I use the Equip protein. So if you don't mind stevia, so it's the beef protein isolate, and it comes in different flavors. The vanilla is awesome. It's almost like a coffee creamer when you put it in there, like just like a half a scoop, and then some heavy whipping cream too. And it's so good. It's really so good.
In the past, when I did drink coffee, I would put butter and then the chocolate element, and then once in a while MCT oil, but not every time. And for whatever reason, that just really seemed to give me a good kick in the mornings. But of course, there was no sugar, there was no, nothing to, and no dairy in it, obviously, except for the butter, which is fine even for people who can't have dairy or who are sensitive to it. So, and I'm actually considering adding coffee back in because tomorrow, time changes at 2 a.m. and I'm going on my early morning walk and taking a full walk so I can see the sun come up and get back into my routine again.
We get an extra hour tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. I know. Right. I have been like
All
just
back.
dying because like I have to log in for work at 7 in the morning. And so, during the spring and summer, it was great. I could go on my morning. I would have time to meditate, go on my morning walk, then have my coffee before I logged in. And then as it got later and later, it just blew that plan out of the water. And I've really missed seeing the sunrise.
Yeah.
And part of that routine used to be having my cup of, for lack of a better term, bulletproof coffee. And I did quit coffee for a while. I guess it's been probably about 2.5 months now that I haven't had any coffee. So I'm thinking I might add it in and just see what it does. I was trying to see if giving up the coffee would let me eat more because I'm actually trying to build up some muscle.
Yeah,
Put on a little bit of weight and build up some muscle. And so I'm just going to give it a try and just see if it makes me eat any less. I don't think I'm eating that much more now, although I am making a really concerted effort to, like, if I think I'm done, I'll be like, okay, I'll eat a couple more bites, that kind of thing, and adding extra fat. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that was my magical concoction for coffee in the morning. It would just get me going, and it was great.
I'm not a coffee drinker. I've just heard thoughts.
That's okay. We still love you.
Yeah, I don't drink it either. So
I have 2 cups every morning. That's my thing. Well, sometimes I'll have a third, but most of the time it's just 2 cups of coffee, and then I'm done for the day. Let's
2,
see
maybe
here.
3.
Went keto, then carnivore, lost 71 pounds, hit a rough patch of life, keep falling. I'm a chocolate and pasta addict.
I feel that.
do your best.
Yep.
I lost 80 pounds but gained 50 back. So
As long as you get back on,
that's
you
right.
just got to get back on it and
back
focus
on.
on it.
Root cause, that's where the yo-yoing comes in though. Like that was if people don't focus on what's actually causing that vicious cycle, the cycle is just going to continue. So root cause.
Let's see. I have food symptom journal for 10 years and ended up carnivore.
The ultimate elimination.
Hey.
Hey,
Mike.
are we still outnumbered?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
fine.
you are, my friend.
So we appreciate you being here.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the invite. This is great.
You're the only one that's on my list. Though, so,
Yeah. Well, did you bring in
Well, that's
Terrence?
why you're in opposite corners. We put you in opposite corners. Okay? You guys just know fighting.
Steeler hater over there.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Can you make it all like spin around or something?
Mom, he's poking me. He's poking me.
Touching me.
He's touching me.
Now it's
John-
starting to definitely look like the Brady Bunch
The
here.
Brady Bunch.
Yeah, right. John's like, don't make me pull this live
We
stream
should all
over.
look at each other like the Brady Bunch.
Don't make me pull this live stream over. That was good. If I get off this live stream,
I still haven't
So if
figured out.
y'all
this
haven't
reality.
realized yet, we're just kind of crazy tonight. This is pretty unscripted. Whatever we feel like talking about, laughing about, just having a good time. Because in life, carnivore is great. We're all living good, but it's good to have a good laugh every once in a while. So we appreciate you guys all being here tonight.
Living the life. Living
Yeah,
la vida loca.
What's the max you can have? What is it? 10?
I think it's 10.
We can find out. Anyone
Yeah.
else want to come on? Ellie? Ellie?
Is
Anyone
Ellie?
I think we need like 2 more in here because we're just not there yet. And I haven't had a live with the max number yet. So we got to do that. That's got to happen tonight.
we gotta hit that milestone.
Nurse
Do it.
Kim,
Yeah.
come on, Nurse Kim. We're out.
Kim.
You guys are outnumbered. So you might as well join us.
How many people are watching? Are there more of
Everybody
us
in
in
the
here?
comments is going to end up on the
There's,
screen.
there is currently 60 on the live stream
Ooh.
watching this silliness.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Ellie will come on. Come on, Ellie.
Let's go, Ellie.
Yeah, let's go, Ellie.
Carnivore Brothers said they'd join.
Send the link.
Oh,
Yeah.
there we go. And that's a twofer.
Wait,
for
but that
you
might
men.
kick us
So there's
off.
2
How many
men,
can we
and Carnivore
have?
Brothers is 2 of them.
TN.
Wait.
So there you go.
How
As
many
they
can we
say.
have?
In Texas, they say TN. We can have TN.
I think we can have a total of 10.
Yeah, we can't get kicked off. Someone's gonna get booted.
Will they kick somebody off if we go over 10?
Yeah,
It
if you
won't
hit
let
the
us
max,
go-
does
it won't
someone
let us
just
go
fly
over
off
10.
the screen or what?
I don't think it'll let anybody else in until somebody leaves. I don't think anybody will get kicked off.
Oh well, Rhett is at a football game, so I guess it's just one.
We could
Oh,
vote
okay.
someone off the island if we need to.
What is the criteria?
It would be
to
you.
vote somebody off the
I
island?
I know, right? Becky, let's have an alliance. No one would suspect.
That's true. No one would suspect.
That's right.
What's funny is I think we have more in common than
That's true.
we really don't need to dispute the Steelers thing.
Can't we just get along?
We can.
I mean, both teams are in the NFL. That's something,
That's true.
right? Just because you're in the AFC still.
You know where you can put the NFC.
Whoa. Hey.
Oh, this went. Oh,
There's a
Add
fight.
0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah.
I don't know football, but I know that wasn't nice, Becky. Whatever
That's
you
right.
all right.
Whatever the, what,
We have to move Becky up here. Got to put her in a different corner. She's too close to Mike.
Don't put her next to me. She does just the NFC. Get her
I
back
don't
down.
trust her up there.
Oh, I'm gonna get booted out off the island.
What's she going to drop on me?
Thank you. We need a
There
little
you go.
buffer.
I know, right?
I have to be a buffer. I'm the buffer.
Yeah. Blessed are the
I'm
peacemakers.
Switzerland over here, guys.
I know Karen's making fun of me because I have these lines still. These showed up the other day on my Camo app, and I can't get rid of them. If you watch my Labs app, it's the grid is on top of me the whole time.
Ellie, I'll
It's in
send
your-
you the link in IG.
Is it on your cell phone or was it on?
It's on my cell phone in the app. It's not on the camera app. It's in the Camo app. It's weird.
Do you try uninstalling and reinstalling?
Well, I've spent 10 seconds trying to solve it, so there is that.
Yeah, I asked him if he turned it off and turned it back on, Aaron.
Yeah, I
Unplug
haven't-
it.
Hey, that's step
Carnivore
one in IT support is did you restart your computer?
That's right.
Actually,
any-
step one is actually is it plugged in?
Mhm.
It is plugged in.
Two,
Yeah.
or is the battery charged? Whichever.
Right.
Step two is did you restart your computer?
Right. Where's the power button? Because when I hit this thing, this tray comes out where I can put my coffee.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mike, I think you're going to get voted off the island because those lines are really distracting.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I think you should just remove yourself from the stream and just leave your audio there.
Okay.
Ah,
Ta-da!
Wow.
And the
Wow.
crowd goes wild.
Mean.
I like it.
Oh man.
I love you, Mike. Come back.
Pretty good.
Oh,
I
No,
wanted him to line himself up.
Now I'm the
Like a nerve
disembodied
ending.
voice. A week after Halloween, I'm the disembodied voice.
He's going to try to move his head in the center of the center box.
Mike, your grid lines are still there. No, before you put your face back.
Dang it. I tried to guess.
Can you zoom in so that it's just like you're kind of looking through them or what? No.
How about this? I'll just sit up
No slumping.
like Beaker.
Costume.
Gail wants to wear a costume. What kind of costume are we talking?
Yeah.
Is it
JT knows.
allowed on YouTube? What kind of
Yes.
costume?
Hey!
Hey.
Go her.
Hey!
Hey,
Where are you
Forget
at?
about it.
I'm outside, so I
Outside.
don't wake my children.
Good.
So you locked yourself out of the house instead of locking your family out like you did the other day, Ellie?
Yes,
Can we lock you out?
exactly. Hold on, let me get comfortable. The concrete floor. The things I do for you guys. What's up, everyone? What are we doing? What is this?
We don't know what
Saturday
this
Night
is.
Live. That's what this
It's
is.
a party.
This is the carnivore hangout. This is where we all come to hang out, like we're back in high school, hanging out in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh, that
That mean,
must
can
have
I
been
smoke?
Nice. I didn't have friends, so I don't know what that means.
Pick up while it's being towed. And just hang out.
Right.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Did you say that enough, Mike?
I put in one comment. It showed up 6 times.
It's the grid lines. They
It
multiply everything.
I'm cursed.
We'll just go on everybody, I think.
Oh my gosh. See that?
Oh, spammer.
Oh,
No, it puts you on everybody's live, so you see it in our chat that many times, right?
Oh. So I commented once on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
How
I
come?
only see it on my stream once.
I don't know, but if you continue spamming, I'm putting you in timeout.
And we can't vote Becky off the island. She knows too much.
Here's a good one. It's everyone drinking Bud Light.
Yes.
Okay.
Dr. Gregor says it's okay.
He does.
And then he does
And
the head
he,
thing.
he lives
Ellie
out
did?
that philosophy,
I'm a
apparently.
bird.
That's a talent, Ellie.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yes.
Thank you. Guys, I have to tell you something. So I'm exhausted. I just did Carnivore Thanksgiving because I'm filming a video for it. And I cooked for 5 hours. Me? 5 hours? What am I, Martha Stewart? No. No, that was fun.
This is no.
And none of us got an invite. You hear that? She cooked for 5 hours and not one of us got an invite.
I'll go get you guys some plates. I mean, can you come
Serious?
to the screen?
She made carnivore lasagna. She made picanha. She made some good stuff.
Were you there?
No, I got pictures on Instagram. You know.
Apparently somebody got an invite.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we see how it is.
What the hell? Where's my invite?
Well, I'm a lioness, and so is Ellie. So then we have this Instagram chat. How long is that Instagram chat now, Ellie? Like
A football field.
Now
Yeah,
you're
it's
just
at
rubbing
least.
it in. You don't need to
At
be
least.
cocky, Christy.
Yeah. It's the brotherhood of the sisterhood.
That's right.
Is this the remake of the Breakfast Club?
Carnivore
Yes.
Club.
Yeah,
Yes,
the
it is.
Carnivore
I'm a
Club.
big guy.
Forget about me.
We should make our own movie. Oh, wait. They are making one.
Are they?
How
No.
convenient.
Healing
That would
humanity.
make
It's
sense.
gonna be
About
good.
time.
That.
I can't wait to see it. It's going to be amazing.
You
Yeah,
say?
I love that name. I love the name that he picked out. It's great.
Can I cover the red carpet?
Hey, let's go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gail, where are
I'll,
you
like,
at? You
interview-
said you were coming on. Did
Oh.
someone send her the link?
It's in the chat.
Oh, come on, Gail.
Better,
We got room
yeah.
for one more.
Come on.
Yeah, push me over.
Yeah,
Come on.
It's
Poor,
like how
Rick,
many
poor
rounds
Rick's going to
did
get
you
back
get
from
in
towing his
Volkswagen?
truck and he's like, I can't join.
Hey, Nia's in there. See if Nia wants to jump on.
Hey, Nia.
Hey,
Nia's
Nia.
awesome.
It'll be a fight. Who gets here first?
That's
Yep.
right.
We have
Who has
one
faster
slot.
fingers?
One slot left.
We got one slot open. Whoever gets in here first, come on.
Gonna help John set a record here.
Yep.
And the way it's going, it's probably going to be female.
Yeah. It's going with the odds.
There's been a lot more ladies doing carnivore than men, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and that's great because when I first got into this, it was just nothing but dudes that I was seeing. But lately, the past 2 months, I've seen nothing but ladies just taking over everything, grabbing the ball and running with it. I love it.
Ah.
Singing,
I
I can
love-
do anything you can do better.
Yeah.
I love
I'm
what
not got many
Robin.
balls, but I'm
Robin
running.
and
I'm running
you're
with the
doing.
diet.
Thank you, Coach.
Too much? My bad.
I don't know.
Never
No,
enough.
It's
it
probably
is a-
fine.
Saturday, you're gonna get some ball jokes.
That's right.
There you go. I'm assuming that's Ashley. Ashley, is that you? I'm a male with a female name.
Yay!
Well, I think we got bingo.
Yes.
That's it.
You did
No
it,
more.
John.
No more tickets to the Brady show.
Sold
At
out.
this point, we are full.
We're full.
Nurse Kim, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for inviting me.
You're last, so you have to let
moderating my
Alice.
chat.
I'll take Nurse Kim for the block.
Hollywood
Hollywood
Squares. I love
Hollywood
that show.
Squares. That's
Carnivore
what this
Squares.
is like. Yeah.
Oh, that takes me back. Oh.
Yeah,
I know.
seriously.
That also ages me.
Yeah, me too.
I was
Mike is the Paul Lind character.
Oh, great.
Yep.
That's going to go badly.
Paul Land.
So somebody tried to jump in, but they're not being allowed in because it's full. So whoever's trying that, we will get you in later if we make some room.
Yeah. Send John some money so he can get the higher tier. He can buy the higher tier.
True.
So send John a bunch of money.
Yeah, buy a
Yep.
shirt.
Is there a higher tier that you can get more than 10 on?
I think
Are you guys hearing an echo?
you probably have your
No.
YouTube still open.
You probably need
yeah.
headphones.
Make sure you close your YouTube window.
Yeah, that happened to me this morning.
That happened to me too.
Oh my
Mhm.
god.
Uh-oh, don't leave,
what are you
Jim. You won't be
doing?
able to come back.
Whoa,
Close
Ellie, that
your-
looked like a barracuda.
Are you trying to
Close
hear
your
like a loop?
Like a
A
piranha
loop
mouth.
of what you guys are saying.
Do you have YouTube still open? The YouTube tab?
Probably.
Yeah, close that.
Or mute it.
All right, I muted your mic. You still hear it?
Oh.
If you still don't hear it, then it's your YouTube channel.
I don't hear it.
Okay.
Okay.
I had a YouTube. I had my YouTube channel open, so I was like,
Yeah, we've all done it.
going on? Yep.
We've all done it. We've
I
all
was
been
like,
there.
I can't even participate in this. It's too much.
It's too much, regardless.
Yeah.
Nicole's here. It's always too much.
Hey,
Hey,
I only made one rude comment,
What?
and that was
Oh.
because
no matter
Jim
where I,
started it.
Nicole, no matter where I put you, you still look short compared to everybody else in here.
Your camera down.
I knew she was going to do the poop noise.
Oh.
Oh man.
And
Take that.
That's 'cause
Wifey,
she's-
where's wifey?
Nicole.
She's hanging out at the Simpsons.
Wifey,
Wifey,
What?
I need female hand to back of bald head.
Hang on a sec.
Wow. It
That'll
worked.
be etched in history now.
here, pop in here for a second.
That'll leave a mark.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh,
Nurse Kim, meet Nurse Leanne. This is Nurse Kim down here in the bottom.
That's so sweet. I'm getting a
I
cavity.
can't see her.
Come in.
Yeah. Come on over. Oh, there's the head.
Hey.
You're wearing the green shirt. You like?
She's blending in with your background.
She's got a green shirt on.
Oh,
Green screen.
Ninja.
I thought Halloween was over.
you done chopped her head off and mounted her.
Right.
Green screen. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's funny. The
Scary.
watch. The watch puts up.
it's like a chameleon with a head.
The possibilities. I did that one Halloween on the weather. I did that. on one
Everybody in
Halloween.
here thinks we're absolutely freaking crazy.
We are.
Yeah, that would be why.
Yeah. Hey, look, we got 11 in here. Well,
That's right.
10 in the head. So,
See?
Yes, we did get it. We got in 11.
I can go get my husband.
Yeah, get up.
that's one way to hack the stream. There we go. We got an
I
extra
could run
one.
get married real quick. Maybe.
Oh,
Not with those lines on your face.
Yeah, no. I didn't say I was going to be picky.
see, I live off grid and Mike lives on grid. Really so.
That's right. Behind the grid. I'm behind the grid. I am the grid.
Proof that he is an artificial intelligence.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, heavy on the artificial.
There's a party going on.
my goodness, there's a party going on in here.
Grill lines. That's right, Michelle.
There- Michelle says they're grilling.
I like that.
Oh,
All right. How did that happen?
How did what happen?
How do you have 10 people in here and you have a lull?
It just went quiet.
We're
I'm
all
waiting-
afraid to talk.
Look, we're taking questions, so I will
Okay.
take. I mean, ask us your serious questions. If you can tell, we're a very by Kim. We're a very serious group. So drop
Very.
your cues
oh,
in
where
the
did Kim go?
What did you say? Wow.
What happened to Kim?
Kim.
Kim.
Oh, Kim.
Hey,
You fell off the stage.
Hugging you.
Fell.
Don't do
that.
that again.
It's like Homer falling on Aerosmith.
Mm.
Don't
That
ever
episode,
leave
Flaming
me.
Moe's. You don't remember?
I was just trying to see the chat. So
Whoa.
Hey.
Yeah, I like
Hey.
that.
There.
I got
Now we're
Kim,
grouped
I
up.
got Nicole. I
Okay.
like
Oh, I'm with my new bestie Ellie over here.
Yeah. And the
We're
dudes are
Chaos
hanging out.
Sisters. The cakeivores,
The
right?
cakeivores.
Go for it.
We eat cake every meal. At
300
least-
grams of carbs.
Yep.
Cheesecake it up.
At least. Oh, cheesecake. You say cheesecake? I'm in on that one. Okay.
That's
There
Carrie's
we
arch
go.
nemesis.
Yeah. I'm in on the
Cheesecake.
cheesecake.
That's so good.
As long as I don't put all that, the berries and the sugar and the stuff on it.
So
then
the
yeah.
sugar from the cheesecake is good. But the
Yeah,
berries,
the
that's
sugar
just
with
over
the
the top.
cheesecake is enough. I'm not going to add any.
Draw the line
no added
somewhere.
sugar.
Right?
I
Draw
drew
the
the line
line
somewhere.
at
Added
berries.
sugar.
On with berries.
I
Not
thought maybe
added-
you were going for the sad with meat diet. I'm
Yeah,
going
you had
sad
me
with
at
meat.
cheesecake.
Kim, are you happy you joined?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
tell.
the Sam's Club shopping.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. We don't have Sam's Club, so it's a treat for me to see what you can get there.
Oh yeah, I had to
Oh.
run to Des Moines for church to pick up something at Best Buy. So I went to Costco and I got 15 pounds of pork belly. I'm so happy.
Oh.
I
Sure.
stocked up. Yeah.
Are you gonna cure it or you just like fry it up like as you go?
I'm just gonna fry it up
Yeah.
and then then I can fry my steaks in that. And then I've got little crispy fat bombs to go with my meals
Yay.
and snacks. Awesome.
And
wanna
you
wait.
just broke your stall, didn't you, Mike? You had a stall and you said something about you lost a couple pounds in a couple days all of a sudden.
Yeah. Yep. You know what?
Wow.
You know what finally broke it?
Yeah.
All the complaining.
Someone heard you upstairs.
Yeah,
They're like,
that's what
okay,
happened.
let's give
Yeah,
Mike a
maybe,
few
yes.
pounds.
That's
I
probably.
thought it was probably the gridiron.
Yeah, it could have been the grid. It could have been the gridiron.
Carnivore Brother says, I found the link. I had to find out which one it was. The channels posted the link. I can confirm it says the stream is full.
Stream is
So
full.
he was the one trying to get in here right after Nurse Kim.
Nice.
Sorry, bud. They filled it up. The house is full.
Sorry.
Too bad because I
It's
want
kinda
to
like
meet
when
those.
insulin's released and trying to get the spare glucose somewhere, but there's no more room at the end. The storage is full, so it gets stored as fat. Ayo, bring it back to nutrition,
Hey.
baby.
Yes, she did.
That's
That was
awesome.
beautifully done, Nicole.
That's great. So what if what could we be one of those rare people that can create new fat cells? Let's do that.
Let's start spilling over into the urine.
Okay. I'm out through the
Sorry.
urine apparently.
She has wrote a question and we missed it. So
What?
Oh,
Who's in
So what
charge?
time is it?
Donald. Well, I'm looking for her question, but she wrote it at 7:56. That she
Pork
we
belly,
missed
so
it.
yummy.
Oh.
Oh, well, that's recently.
Yeah, but her question was before that, and I think I remember it.
Gail's dressed up for Christmas.
Nicole, we need to get on our
Oh,
Christmas
okay.
attire.
There was one
Oh, heck,
station
uh,
in
for
Des Moines
Christmas
playing
before
Christmas music.
December.
It was
oh,
great.
Kim, are we gonna wear Christmas sweaters tomorrow for the book club?
I don't know.
Should do it.
I have.
Yeah.
I
What
might
book
need
are
to
you
take
guys
some good
doing?
notes. I'm having a low carb book club.
And what was the
And,
book this week?
It's Jason Fung, Obesity Code.
Oh, cool.
I just
Like
got
chapters.
it.
Or I would have
Because
joined it.
Nicole doesn't read.
Well, if you don't have
No.
time to read it, just have Chat GPT summarize it for you.
It's just chapters 1 and 2, so like it won't take long, especially if you have an audiobook, which half of us probably have ADHD, so let's face it, we probably need an audiobook. I know I do.
I just
I
got
used
the
to
book.
keep
this morning.
rewinding it again and again and again and again to see what I missed. So,
I'll just
You can-
join without reading the book and just agree with everyone. Like,
Right.
you all are great. You're great
Yeah.
readers. English
You
is
should
great.
you should join and then just like tack on your opinion to whatever somebody says.
You know what would be funny
Do a
is probably,
review.
like if nobody read the book and you're all pretending, it would be hilarious.
It could be like
That would
improv.
be like a remake of
change
elementary
the
school.
ending of it.
Remember
yes,
that part where he
and-
fasted? It was great.
Oh, should be fun.
Sandra's question was at
Man,
7:07.
obesity. We're just gonna start hearing
What
about
time?
obesity.
7:07. Your time.
Thank you, Becky, for finding that.
Yep.
Wow. That's great.
That was way back there.
Yeah,
Yep.
she's
I
not getting
apologize,
voted
I
off
missed
the
it,
island. We need her.
Too much scrolling.
Well, there we go. I found
Too
it
much
about
laughing.
first water fast and oxalate dumping and stuff.
Ah.
That's what it's about. There it
Is that what-
is.
Is this oxalate dumping? Is that what that is?
Having just done my first water fast, 34 hours, I've noticed I must be still oxalate dumping, which surprises me. Is that part of the reason why we fast?
So what
I wouldn't
what
think
know
so.
about oxalate dumping, it can happen over time because it's stored. It's stored, right? Those oxalates are stored. And then as you lose fat, the oxalates get dumped. But I am not a nurse, and we have a nurse here and a nutrition coach. So I'm gonna let one of them talk.
Not it.
Well, I know what people
Oxalate
say
dumping.
about oxalate dumping, but
it's a pretty
I can't really
niche
pin it
thing.
down.
Yeah. It's not part of what nurses and doctors are learning about right now. You know?
Okay.
And
Is
there's
it real?
There's very limited research on it too.
Mhm.
So I mean, there's Sally Norton, I think is her name, wrote a book, and there's a lot of talk on it. But those symptoms for oxalate dumping can be symptoms of other things too. Like you can look up symptoms of one thing, and those same symptoms are symptoms of something else. So there's truly no way. I don't even know if you can test it. I don't know a lot about oxalates. I know probably as much as everyone else. I personally don't believe in water fasting or long fasts just in general, because it is a stress to your body, because you're going against your body's natural hunger cues, and it does raise cortisol. It is a stress on the body. So I never experienced any symptoms like that. I also decreased my carbs gradually over time. I transitioned gradually over months, while gradually increasing my fat. So that's a surefire way to kind of, I guess, mitigate symptoms of transitioning to low carb in general. But yeah, I don't think there's a lot of, we can all speculate and give our opinions, absolutely. But to be honest with you, there really is not a lot of research on this topic in general. So all we can really do is speculate and just give our opinions at this point. Unless Kim knows a lot more than I do on the topic, but I'm not sure.
I mean, I know what I've heard Sally Norton and others online say about oxalate dumping, but I have asked several times in several different, chats basically and video comments, how can you be sure that it's oxalate dumping and not something else? Because a lot of those symptoms are, you can have them with a lot of different things, and I have had them with a lot of different things. So I'm not convinced that I would even know if, I'm not saying it's not a thing. I think it's probably most likely definitely a thing, but it's not something that I would feel like I could say, oh yeah, I'm having oxalate dumping. It's kind of vague. I don't know.
I don't think there's a lot of research on it yet, is there? I mean, it's just not really. You hear a lot of people, touting it off in different forms, but I've looked for it and I really don't understand it well enough to even give an answer to the question. So, you know, there's some people throwing some comments in here in the chat that may be helpful. But
What was your question?
I
The
do
question?
know that Sally Norton says that, if you suspect that you're having oxalate dumping, you can always add something back in that has a little bit of oxalates, so that you're not just totally depriving your body of it, so that you will, I guess, not just have the big oxalate dump all at once.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I ever thought that was the problem, I would just do that, like maybe drink some tea, or I don't know. You can look up a list of what all has oxalates in it, but
Yeah.
Spinach,
Chocolate.
kale.
Vegans.
Ellie.
Go
Oh,
vegan.
Who said
yeah.
that?
vegans definitely have a lot of oxalates in them.
Bacon.
So if you have a vegan girlfriend and you break up, is that oxalate dumping?
Yes, yes.
Whoa!
That is the ultimate.
Oh,
There it is.
That's what
oh,
that is. I need to
There it
write a
is.
book.
that book.
Oh,
And I
Number
that's
bet
a
you
good one,
also
Mike.
feel a lot of the same symptoms, like fatigue and,
Yeah.
depression and
Yep. Check.
or
I think
maybe
it's interesting.
happiness.
You never
I
want to
think it's
get
an
a
interesting
skin rash.
question, but I think we need to need to know more on it before we can even discuss it. And I would ask a question like that on one of the doctors' live streams and see if they could help answer it for you. They might give you a better answer than us on here that are obviously gone crazy tonight. So
I actually think I've heard Dr. Berry address it, and when he's addressed it, he's basically said the same thing, that there are other conditions that can cause that, and he's not saying that oxalate dumping isn't a real thing, but that it's just really hard to isolate it to that.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was saying. There's no way of knowing the good way to, I guess, prevent that or mitigate that is just to transition slowly. Most people, when they go from eating a high carb diet to a low carb diet or carnivore like zero carb, they go from 0 to 100. They go from eating 300 grams of carbs to 0, and that's where all the problems come in. So if you just transition and decrease your carbs 50 to 100 grams every week or two, then you'll get there, and that'll mitigate the keto flu and all those symptoms that come with it. If oxalate dumping is an actual thing, which there's not really a lot of science behind it, that would help with that too. But that's where all these symptoms come from, is not allowing your body to catch up to the changes you're making and the metabolic processes and functioning of your body that it's gone through for years and years and years. So if you're having issues, like Kim said, just add a couple things back in, and then kind of gradually decrease them back out. Like gradually increase them back in. Don't ever go from 0 to 1,000 on anything. On any sort of dietary change, you always want to transition, whether you're adding stuff back in or you're taking stuff out.
And I think that's also really good advice for anything in life. You don't want to force put yourself in so much stress. Like, say you want to start walking every day. Like, don't walk 10 miles in your first day. You should slowly, gradually build up that muscle or that skill, or in this case, fat and protein and all that stuff. I just had to throw that up there.
Hey, cousin. That's my cousin, Tracy Franklin. Hey,
Hi, cousin.
Hey, cuz.
Hi, cuz.
It's Renee.
So I uninstalled the app and installed it
Renee.
again. I still have the lines.
Aw.
No.
0 to 1,000 is Renee's only speed, and I believe it. I believe it.
John, I don't know if you saw, but Callie McInnes had a question at 5:02, so it'd be 8:02. I don't know if you saw that one.
no, guys, you kind of have to point these things out to me because the comments are flying by on my end.
Yeah, 5:02 or 8:02 for you. There it is. Yep.
Is there a limit on eating BB&E? Meaning, do your bodies need other things, i.e., fish, dairy, or other nutrients?
Can I take
I
a
mean,
stab
for
at
a
it?
30-day challenge, I don't think BB&E is going to be an issue for you. You're getting everything that you need there. You know, I
Yeah.
you know I don't know. I eat primarily BB&E anyways, but you know I throw in a few things from time to time. But no, I think you get everything that you need in there. You know, Dr. Barry's got a great video on it. He promotes it, you know, all the time.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think the one thing I would not be concerned about, but just what I've heard, one thing to think about would be maybe omega-3s.
Mhm.
Certainly, you get more of that from fish. Grass-fed beef has more omega-3s than grain-fed beef. It's not a huge difference, but it is a difference. So, I mean, those are minor things to think about. Certainly, Sean Baker talks about all the time. You know, if you can afford Walmart ribeyes or, you know, whatever hamburger you can afford, that's good enough. But I like adding in the fish and stuff
Mhm.
just for those omega-3s. And I do put iodine on my coffees.
Sardines, Nicole, sardines.
Yes.
Aaron, no.
And eggs have iodine. There's a lot of foods that have iodine too. I'm not saying don't supplement with iodine. Just a lot of people don't realize that there are foods that have a good amount of iodine, so you can meet your needs just by eating foods as well.
So Callie's one of my subscribers, and we're both on a BB&E challenge for 30 days. That's what she's referring to, I think, here in too. So,
Okay.
given the fact that it's a 30-day challenge, I don't think that there's anything to worry about over the long term. You know, if you were going to do this for the next 6 years or something, you might want to think about something. But I don't. For a 30-day challenge, I think we're perfectly fine.
And I think that's why they tell you to eat grass-fed, grass-finished also. It's for the higher omega-3
I also
content.
think that triple B and E is usually introduced to people who want to try going zero carb, as it's all foods that you're probably already used to in your diet already. I think a lot of people already eat eggs and bacon and butter, and so you're not like starting off with like liver and like all the organs and stuff like that. So
Right.
yeah, I think like everyone else said, it's a 30-day challenge. You can keep going if you want to, but that's the beauty of carnivore, is that you get to listen to your body finally, and it's not being oversaturated with like all these different things that could be flaring you up or causing you many issues. So that's my 2 cents. Here, take it. I'm falling.
And dairy is definitely not essential for a human to have in any way, shape, or form after weaning. So, you know, but I like it.
Yeah, I put
Yeah.
the lasagna I made has so much dairy in it because it
So
has
much cheese.
so much cheese.
So much cheese.
I had to take the tiniest little slice, and it was like heaven. It's like for the holidays and stuff like that, preparing for that. So I think it's okay for the holidays.
Keto
What-
Cheetos in the house.
What did you use for the noodles, Ellie?
I followed Maria Emmerich's recipe where
So the
she
lunch
uses
meats?
the turkey slices.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
just try to get the cleanest turkey slices possible. And they're really big, luckily. So, I could do like 4 in one layer, and then you'll just have to wait and see the video.
What'd you do for the sauce?
I did Alfredo.
Oh,
And
okay.
then, and I put ricotta in it because growing up, if lasagna without ricotta is just not.
Yeah, it's not lasagna.
It's just,
No,
it's not lasagna.
it's true. So Nicole can relate to this too, and it sounds like you can too, because my grandma was from Sicily, and she taught me how to make the family sauce. So mine is the best on the planet. And if you talk to an Italian and they don't tell you theirs is the best on the planet, they're not really Italian.
Look at the pepper, spicy meatball.
Yeah,
Do you
forget
call it
about
gravy? Do you call it
I
gravy
don't.
or
No, our
sauce?
family
Sauce.
didn't. Yeah, we called it sauce.
Or as Erin would say, sauce.
Yeah,
Sauce.
Oh,
guys.
there you go.
Sauce.
Yeah,
Sauce.
makes it much more authentic.
Sauce.
Forget about it.
Boss is the boss.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you, ladies.
You're not going to read it because it's for the ladies? Is that sexist?
I'm sorry. I didn't.
On your
Were you
own.
not tall enough to see the screen, Nicole? I'm sorry. I live in El Paso, Texas. Very dry and getting cold here. Any,
I love
any
it.
advice for my lips and hands? Thank you.
Oh yeah. Try beef tallow. Like
Mhm.
try getting a beef tallow based lotion. It's so great. I have rosacea and very dry skin, and that has been the only like any kind of like lotion, yeah, I'll call it lotion, that has not made me like flare up or break out or anything like that.
Yeah, I have the answer. My complexion was the best. So here's what you need to do: move to Oregon. So just move.
And you too can have lines on your face.
Becky looks wonderful.
How old am I, people? How old am I?
See?
You
Yep.
can't tell.
29.
Problem
Whip
solved.
tallow is a good thing. I actually got some whip tallow beard balm, and
Yeah.
because my face has been dry and beard's been dry, and it works really nicely.
That's good.
You
That's
can
a
use
great
just
gift.
regular
Mike
whip
just redeemed
tallow
himself too, by the
lotion
way.
for beard balm, John.
It's true though.
What's that?
You can use just regular whip tallow lotion for beard balm.
Yeah, this stuff I purchased had some herbs or something.
So
and
if
it
you use
smells good.
tallow in your
All the
beard,
herbs.
are you going to attract dogs and cats and squirrels?
My dogs love licking my face with the tallow
I was
lotion.
going to say. All right.
Only if you have a grid.
Wild animals.
If you're off grid, you're fine.
You're off grid.
I'm off grid, so I'm all good, man.
I'm currently off grid.
Right.
Well, hey everybody, I'm gonna hop off because I'm like the live stream queen tonight. But I'm gonna make space for somebody else. Maybe Ashley wants to hop in, or I don't know, whoever else is waiting in line.
I
Christy,
actually need to go
love
too.
you.
Bye, Christy.
I love you.
Christy.
Hi, Christy.
Thank you,
Hi,
Ellie.
Christy.
Hasta la next
everybody.
time.
Yes.
I've got to go to a volleyball game. So I'll see you all
Oh,
later.
bye, Becky.
Yeah.
We have two spots.
Say hi to Oregon for me.
Bye.
Have a good one, Becky.
It's good seeing you.
Mhm.
I actually have to go too because I have to.
Not everybody at
Everybody.
once.
Bye.
We'll see how
Stopping
that
like
goes.
Somebody
flies.
cut the cheese or
Thanks,
what?
guys.
Carnivores don't cut the cheese.
We eat the
Oh, they
cheese.
do cut
Erin.
the cheese a lot.
I'm trying to get
Out
out.
of their diet.
That's right. Yes, yes.
Gail, and Carnivore Brothers, let's go.
Let's go.
Yep.
Come on in.
Come on.
Well, we
Sure.
got plenty of room now. Who wants to join us?
Yep.
I'll post the link in my chat again.
Belly up to the bar.
I'm
Yeah.
supposed to be cleaning my house right now.
I should put
This
the
is more
The
fun.
link's in my chat too.
I should put the link in because since mine goes to everybody.
Don't be
should all-
spamming. I'll put you in timeout.
Yeah.
And Ellie, I'm offended.
I don't know why
You
mine
love
doesn't, because
Chrissy
mine
when
should
she
go to
left.
everybody that's
She
in
knew
here.
all about the
Yeah,
cheese and
right.
the lasagna, and you didn't share with the stream. You know what I mean? I feel like we're all left out. Like, what are we? What are we?
I'll go get it. I'll go get it. It's on my counter, waiting. Nicole, if I could, and all of you guys, I would love to open my home to everybody because, like, I feel like I've made so many wonderful friends, and I feel so like happy and just so glad to have met you all. So yeah, I would feed you, Nicole.
I
And
want
everybody-
lasagna.
Lasagna. Give me the lasagna.
Talk about inviting yourself.
All right,
Hey,
John,
can I
I
come
gotta
over and
take off,
eat?
buddy. I'll see you in the morning, though. Okay.
All right, bud. See you tomorrow.
You're
All right,
leaving
take
Okay,
too?
JT. All right.
Bye, JJ.
Bye,
All
love
right,
you.
JT.
All right. We just rotating.
G'day, guys. How's it going?
I scared everyone
Oh,
away.
this
Come up
Tom
here
and
with
Ryan are the
come up here with the
main
men.
G'day, guys. G'day, John.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
What's up, DC?
Not much. How you guys doing? All right.
We're having a crazy night here. We're just having a carnivore hangout with all these crazy YouTubers.
Yeah, I thought I'd come on and even it out a bit, but then JT left.
Right.
I know he dished out on me. But that's okay.
I'll
He's
just
got to be on
fade in
stream
and out.
tomorrow too. So
But wait,
Yeah.
Gail, what is it that
Um,
you're wearing exactly?
Yeah, Gail has a fabulous outfit. I
Yeah,
think we
what's
need to
what's
recognize
happening
it.
over there? Oh, she's frozen.
Gail's
No.
frozen. She wore her
Gail.
Christmas stuff and she's having a frozen Christmas.
Gail, what are you wearing?
This is my Dale Evans outfit for
Yeah.
Christmas.
Good Christmas.
I like it.
It's like
Oh,
Christmas
wow,
in July.
everyone's decorated.
Comes
Whoa.
complete with straw.
There we go.
It goes. I love it.
Uh,
Gail, I always
That's
think
pretty
you're
good.
so funny. I love it. You and Mike. You guys always cracking me up.
so if you're Dale Evans, I guess you don't eat a horse, you ride a horse. So
John,
What?
stop pushing buttons.
This looks
I'm getting
good.
dizzy.
Oh, said by the
You know,
woman
I
who
had
has the
horse
sound
meat.
machine.
I did eat horse meat when I was a kid.
We all have
John!
our issues.
Oh. All
I
right.
got a message somehow.
She's gonna get nauseous if you keep moving her. She's gonna
You're seasick.
knock her out.
Ooh.
We got room for 2 more. What's everyone doing?
Yeah, jump on in, y'all.
So I don't-
Susie, Keto My Way, Maria, Scooby the dog.
Carnivore Brothers couldn't make it. They have another live at 7:30.
everyone's so busy.
Yeah, everyone's so
Another one
busy.
coming up.
Come on. Why can't we just find a bunch of losers in the carnivore community who don't do anything?
Well, you found me and Nicole.
Okay.
Hey,
all right.
don't lump me in with
I clocked out, so I'm off. This is
Oh my God, that's great.
That's awesome.
Damn you, bestie.
it's
Yeah,
okay
y'all
to
are
be a
in it now.
loser.
You're
I'm a
thrown under
loser
the bus.
too.
Right.
Hey, speaking of Christmas, what's everyone doing for Christmas prep this year?
Mm.
You sticking to carnival?
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That should
I'm
be.
not.
I
Good,
might
pretty
have
good.
a minor cheat with mashed potatoes. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
And that's okay. As long
Yeah.
as you get right back on it.
My
Oh,
dad
yeah.
does an Italian feast, the spaghetti and meatballs and the fish and like the whole Italian thing. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have some pasta and probably throw up later, but it's a tradition.
It's your blood.
It's my blood.
That's right.
Sean's got
Yeah,
45 more
Italian
miles to
Dracula.
go.
All right, Sean.
Be safe.
Yeah, be careful out there.
Typically when you got family around too, it's kind of difficult to say, yeah, no, I don't want that sort of stuff. It's
Yeah.
it makes it kind of tricky. I just got back from Japan and spent 2 weeks with my wife's family. So it's kind of difficult to say, I don't want to eat what you're eating, sort of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, they
But,
might take
you know.
offense to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
Especially if
the
it's
culture.
Aunt Mabel's mincemeat pie. You always hated it, but you always ate it because it's hers, and
yeah.
now you're going to offend everybody.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing, though. I'm old enough now where I'm becoming the matriarch.
I
So
Oh.
my
love that.
daughter does the holidays, and then like I just come and she'll say, I made this for you, and you can, so she fixes things that I can have. Now she eats low carb in general, but she's not near I'm carnivore like 99% of the time, but she's low carb. And I will, when I go to her house, though, 2 things that I will eat is I will eat mashed potatoes. This is on holidays, now not just on a regular day.
Oh,
I'll eat mashed potatoes and I'll eat sweet potatoes. I do not eat bread. Don't eat desserts, that kind of thing, any sugary stuff.
Kim's eating
anything with
cheesecake
seed oils.
now. She just turned her camera off. She's eating cheesecake.
Eat the
Busted.
cheesecake.
I thought we were sharing food.
Right now?
Where's my cheesecake?
I don't know. Ask
You're the one
Kim.
that cooked for 5 hours. She's the one that cooked for 5 hours, didn't bring nothing for any of us.
That's true.
That is true.
Ellie.
Maybe she fed her family.
Is that
She
allowed?
cooked for 5
Maybe
hours. I
my
hope she
son
fed
first.
somebody.
Oh, Kim,
I'm
how was
getting
your
my-
cheesecake?
On.
No, I'm getting my coffee, Nicole.
Oh, she's getting her
Coffee.
coffee.
Nice.
We thought you were getting your cheesecake.
Cake of horse. Cake of horse. There we go. Hey, Aaron.
I thought she had to leave it. Now she's commenting on you.
Maybe she
What's
wanted
that?
to share
What
some
were you
fun.
What's that?
Sorry, I interrupted you. Did you? What were you saying?
Oh, I don't know. But did Dave Mack get a hold of you, DC?
No, didn't.
I gave him your email address and sent him your direction.
Okay.
Dave Mack's supposed to be reaching out to you, but
Okay. Yeah, I think it's okay to indulge every now and then, but as long as you don't make it a daily habit again, there's going to be times. There's going to be times where you're going to see or be with family, especially on like traditional occasions, and you're going to stray a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's not going to hurt you, short term, as long as you don't, continue the indulgence.
Yeah, that's how I feel, especially since I have young kids who are trying to eat like keto carnivore. It's like I can't restrict them from everything because then they're going to grow up fearing food,
Yeah.
And so I want to just try and make the best decisions on the everyday basis because there's only so many holidays in the year. You can control what's in your house every day. And if you want, you could always eat before social occasions. But if that social pressure is, really hard for you, I mean, you could bring a dish or two and you can still engage. Because like, I think the most important thing about holidays is being with your family, being with your friends, creating those memories. And if someone gets insulted that you didn't try their cookies, then maybe you should just mention like, hey, I love you, but you're not supporting me right now. He's like, your cookies suck. No.
Yes.
Smack them out of their hands. No.
Put some bacon in them cookies, damn it.
There you
They're
go.
not very good. Stop giving me them cookies.
Stop giving me the cookies.
Keto chow needs a bacon cookie flavor.
It's like, do you remember my thighs before? And now they're how they are now? Let's not go backwards. Oh, all right. I should stop talking.
Don't you love me? Look at how much progress
That's a
I
good
made.
point. That's a good point, though. I mean,
I think
they'll tell you that you don't want to offend them because you don't want to try their cakes or cookies and stuff like that. But they're not taking into account that your feelings on your health either. So that's something that as well. You got to look at a two-way street as well.
There's like, what do they say? Like 5 languages of love. And some people, the way they show their love is through gifts. And in turn, that's like giving things. So
It's true.
I think that we can all learn to like love each other in different ways, whether it's like communication or like sharing experiences, or if you look into like the 5 what did I just call? I already forgot.
Love languages.
Yeah, 5 languages. Thank you. Yeah, the 5 love languages, and I feel like we can all connect better in that way.
Yeah, that's right.
What's
And
your love
understanding
language,
another one.
My love language is words of affirmation.
Mine is
And I
acts
think-
of service.
And acts of service. Yeah.
Oh
And
man, if
also,
somebody was to clean my house for me, that would be like the
Oh,
ultimate.
man.
I love you.
I love
Okay?
being in bed
that's
and
good.
telling my
I agree.
husband, "Can you get me a glass of water?" And he brings it. I'm like, I feel loved. I'm loved.
And
I
so,
reckon-
like, as far as the party thing goes, you can munch on a little carrot stick for like 30 minutes because those things just aren't really that good anyway. So it's not going to tempt me to want more. I can just stand there and like a little rabbit, and they'll think you're eating.
Yeah. Hey, Rick, everyone's given their love languages, so it's your turn.
Oh, that's good. Well, as you can see, I got my stupid truck back, but it's so hot.
Oh my
Terrible.
gosh.
Is that your love language?
Poor Rick.
He's in
Poor
love with
guy.
his truck.
Oh my gosh.
I hate that stupid thing. It breaks down all the time. I'm stuck with it.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
man.
giving the gifts is that's a very special part actually in Japan. I've just come back. They wherever they go, just a short trip or anything like that, it's customary to bring back to the family a small gift. They just love giving the gifts, but most of the time it's food, snacks, and things like that. And you can literally like these gift shops are everywhere. And the best thing is that a lot of it is meat. They'll give you trays of meat. It's fantastic. You just pick it up in the gift shop. It's just like picking up any other sort of, like a T-shirt or something like that. They'll pick up a box full of meat and take home to the family. Yeah, it's fantastic.
I know a lot of times, like if there is a specific thing in that place that they went like that prefecture, and that's known for them, like either like a piece of fruit or something like that. It's customary to give it to your family and your coworkers. So you have to like save up quite a bit, like if you travel in Japan.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know too much about Japan.
No, that's all right. Yeah, like
I love
if you go to Almeria, they're famous for apples and things like that. So you get a tray of apples. Sort of thing. The prefecture I lived in Miyagi, they're famous for gitang, which is beef tongue. So they have gyutang gift boxes everywhere. Yeah, it's really
That's
cool.
awesome.
The gift that keeps on licking back.
I had some beef tongue in my Sam's Club haul video, but I didn't get it.
Ah. I have a
How
beef
would-
tongue in my
Sam's Club
freezer.
shopping video.
How would you cook it?
I wouldn't. I
So-
meant my
Mike,
shopping.
no, Mike got.
no,
had-
I've been watching a couple recipes. It looks like the
Barbecue,
easiest
good.
way is Instant Pot, and then you peel the taste buds off, and then once it's cooked in the Instant Pot, you peel the taste buds off,
Sorry,
let it cool off, and then I think you can just slice it and fry it.
I
Yeah.
just had a reaction that I didn't expect.
Yeah, well, I know it's pretty weird.
All right, Nicole, what was your butt?
But I've already thought of the thumbnail. You know how cows lick their eye sometimes, or lick their nose inside their nose? That's the thumbnail. It's got to be. It's
The
gotta be
taste
thumbnail.
buds.
Well, most
Put
meat
the tongue. The
comes
best way
already
to cook them
sliced
is in the
Japan,
trash
so-
can.
Right.
I want someone to make it for me and do all the work for me, and then I can like taste
Yeah.
it, and then I think it's like pulled pork or something, and they're like, "Oh, it's tongue," and then maybe I'll
Yeah.
feel more comfortable.
That's
What are
what
the
happened to
tricks?
me. I had a girlfriend do that to me, and it was
Oh.
so good. I was like, all right, I'll
That'd
have
be
some more.
better.
Yeah, exactly. She took a chance, though. I mean, could have been oxalate.
You guys are
dumping.
nuts. I had a cow lick me once. I ain't eating that.
A camel
I got a
actually
pic-
wants us to.
I got a picture of my daughter when she was about, I don't know, 14, 15 years old. We were out milking the cow, and it's nothing but tongue from one end to the other, just going right up the side of her face. And I got the perfect picture of it.
I love that. You should
And
recreate it.
yeah,
Make her
very
get licked
slimy
again.
too.
Aren't they like
Ugh.
purple? No,
What?
I'm thinking giraffes. Sorry, never mind. Giraffes have like blue purple tongues.
And
Yeah,
I was
that's right.
had some cheap meat too, like
Yeah, I
Beef
saw. Yeah,
meat.
yeah, yeah. Beef cheek is supposed to be really tender.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I don't think that would be as gross to cook as tongue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you might be right.
Tongue's actually
I
really
think
good.
If I had to pick, I
Tongue
would
really
go-
I
is
mean,
Tongue's
tongue would be
actually
good
really
to
good.
eat.
Yeah.
Like, I never had it, but my dad always liked it.
Cook it down in a crock pot and then make street tacos out of it or something.
Mhm.
Tongue's
You have
really
whole
good.
countries that give it as gifts. Did you not hear that earlier? Entire countries have trays of it for everyone.
That's not a good gift for me. That's
No.
not my love language. That's not
No.
part of. It's not part of.
Well,
Hey,
in
Nicole.
Japan, it comes already sliced. It just looks like regular meat. Actually,
Yeah.
it's usually quite fatty as well. So it's really quite nice. Just chuck it straight on the barbecue.
Yeah.
And it's
Just
good.
don't imagine that it belonged to a cow that was licking a salt lick a long time ago. Just don't think about
Well,
it.
like they say in I think it was Pulp Fiction, sewer rat may taste like pumpkin pie, but I'm not eating it, so I wouldn't know.
Hey, got me there.
It's a good one. Well, hey, I have a question for Rick. So, Rick, you've been, you're our veteran. You're our carnivore for so many years. Like, do you like eating organs and stuff like that?
I eat them when I can get them. I always loved to eat liver. Back when I was younger,
yeah.
I ate raw liver.
Like, how much would you eat at a time? Like, very little, right?
About 8 ounces at the most, usually.
Whoa.
I've never tried liver raw. What's it like? And do you do big chunks or little chunks?
Normally with liver, I would just take the liver and pick it up and just start chewing on it. A lot of times when I eat my steaks and stuff, I don't even cut it. I just grab a piece and start chomping on it. So yeah, like that.
Hey, Rick, weren't you telling stories at some point about when you were in school and would gross the kids out by eating like raw or next to raw meat?
Yes, I
okay.
used to do that, especially with the liver, because there was a TV show called The Dukes of Hazzard, and you had
Yep.
Boss Hogg, which was the fat guy.
Yep.
And I always remember every time Roscoe wanted to eat something, he'd hit him, except for raw liver. He'd always offer him the raw liver because the raw liver was disgusting and nobody wanted to eat it. And I thought, hey, this is pretty funny. And I've tasted disgusting things before, but when I tried the liver, it wasn't disgusting at all. In fact, it tasted better when it was raw than when it was cooked. So I thought that's kind of strange. Why would they act like it's so bad when it actually tastes pretty good?
That's weird. I'll have
Yeah,
to
they
try that.
usually eat it raw
Nicole,
in
there's your
Japan
chance.
as well.
Renee's got your tongue for you.
Thank you,
It's been a
Renee.
long time since I had beef tongue. I've had beef heart. I haven't had beef tongue for at least 20 years.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, my dad's Italian. I remember growing up him telling me that he used to eat like all the, like cheek and brain. He said cow brain is like delicious, all that stuff, but I never tried it.
I've never had the cow brain, but I know that there's some people that like to make like a sausage or meatloaf out of the whole pig's head. I think they call it head cheese.
Yeah.
It's big
Yeah,
in some
yeah.
parts of the U.S.
Yeah.
I had that once. It was kind of interesting.
Poor Nicole, I'm sorry. I asked the question.
Head cheese it's kind of like fruitcake, except for carnivores, maybe.
Yeah, it's not fruity.
Yeah.
I mean, fruitcake would be something Saladino might like,
Just
but I don't like
the
anything fruity.
consistency. You know how fruitcake has all, like if you took a cross section of it, there's big and small circles and stuff. Head cheese reminds me of that because there's
Yeah, it
chunks of
does.
stuff. Yeah,
It looks like it.
yeah. Right. So yeah, I got to try beef liver raw just to try it because I love liver. So I don't
I
know.
don't think I've ever tried it raw.
I haven't. I have not. Why not once?
They eat
Okay.
all sorts of organs in Japan. Like you go to the supermarket, you can pick up any organ you want. They even eat the bowels. They'll fry out the bowels on the barbecue. Yeah.
No, I'll draw the line at that one.
What kind of nutrients are in the bowels?
It's mostly full of collagen.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
that collagen's good. I mean,
Yeah,
because
we
when they
call
sell it
those
to you, they
chicken.
like, right?
That's why they eat it. They eat it mostly for the collagen.
Here, try the bowels. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And,
wonder if I would like that.
it's only grass that's gone through there, so that's not too bad.
Hey guys, I've got to go. I need to clean my house, but
You can do
thanks
it.
for letting me drop in.
All right,
You
party
already
people.
washed your hair, so now you got to clean your house.
Yeah. Bye guys.
Like this conversation's
Bye.
turned south. She's leaving.
That's right.
Should rather
I can't believe
rather
you're talking
clean than
about
talk
bowels.
bowels.
Right.
We got room for two in here if somebody wants to join up with us. Maybe we
As
can move
long
on
as
talking
we're
about
not
something
gonna
other
talk
than
about eating
bowels.
bowels, tongue, brain, fruitcake.
That's the worst, right? Fruitcake.
We're on a roll.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
fruitcake's the worst,
rolls.
right?
We
I don't
already
know.
talking about my lunch because it's about to come back up.
Whoa!
Recycling. We could talk about recycling.
Oh, somebody's in here. Who we got? Who we got?
Oh, who is
Oh,
Hey,
we got John.
Hey,
There we go.
Hey, John.
There we go.
Welcome to the chaos.
Well, yeah.
welcome to
Oh,
the jungle.
the women are outnumbered.
Oh, right. Finally,
That's
We've
about
taken-
time.
we've
Yeah.
taken over. We have won through attrition.
Here you go.
John,
Hey
Us
guys.
versus them.
they're not cards.
Just shuffle us around. It's fine.
Howdy.
We'll just
Although
shuffle that around.
If
Kinda
you
reminds
make
you of that solitaire
blocks
game.
smaller, his grids get smaller.
Yes, my grids get changed every time you change something. My grids move around.
See, Mike, I think you're just being artistic. Like you're just
Yeah.
using the golden ratio.
That's
you're just making sure you're right
Yeah.
there.
I
Someday,
think he's
after,
just trying to stay squared.
yes. Someday after I die, this NFT is going to be worth
Nobody
millions.
said there was going to be math.
Well, Mike, it's better than crosshairs.
Right. Yes.
Everybody.
John, how you doing today, bud?
Hi.
I'm doing good, John. How are you?
Good. Welcome to the craziness.
This is fun. I'm so glad you guys are
No,
having
ma'am.
It is fun.
let me on.
Yeah, I
It's
was
a
just trying
Christmas
to
party.
increase the John to everybody else ratio. Yes.
There we go. John
I think you
Square.
got a little bit of a delay going, John.
He does.
Yeah.
If you still have your YouTube window open, you might want to close that.
Yeah, make sure your YouTube window's closed. Make sure everything's shut down because you got a delay going on.
It's that guy from Rookie Academy. Let's fight.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That was
I
one of
just
my
closed it
videos
out.
I made.
Is that better?
I couldn't sync up the audio and the video very well. Like it looked good in the editing, and then I uploaded it and I was like, I'm not changing it.
That's right.
How many hours? How many hours?
Well, that was my labs video has this grid across it. And I'm like, I mean, I just poured out my heart and I was not going to and I was like nervous about uploading it anyway for sharing all that stuff. And I was like, I'm not fixing that. So
Yeah, sometimes you just give up and say, "Oh, hell with it."
Yep.
Yeah. If you like it, you like it. If not, don't worry about it.
Someone will probably end up buying a new monitor because they'll think it's them. But
I think
okay.
you'll see your heart and everything will be okay. It'll all be okay. Is it like, do you have like a webcam or like a specific camera doing that?
So it's my Pixel, and there's an app called Camo, and so the Camo app is on the computer and on the phone. And for some reason, yesterday it started doing this, and I can't get rid of it. It's not in the settings or anything. It's weird.
It might be a glitch. Like they need to patch it or something.
It's a solar flare, probably. It's probably solar flare.
A glitch in the matrix.
Yep.
I think it's an operator malfunction.
Yeah, that's usually what technical difficulties is.
IDT error.
Yeah. Okay, I have a question. Are you guys glad you took the red pill?
Yes.
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 Because you said Matrix, so.
Yep. Yep. So that was a name I came up with, and no one's stolen it. Is Red Pill Carnivore. I was like, that's a really good name, and I keep putting it out there. Someone steal this. I'm not going to use it, but not yet.
I would use it if I wasn't using the name I have.
Right. Yeah.
I never saw that movie.
It was great. The first one. The rest of them went.
Yeah, the first one was really good. The second one was okay, and the third one, it's 2 hours you'll never get back.
It's. I never understood it really.
Yeah.
Especially some of the gratuitous scenes when they got back to the cave.
Makes
I'm
no.
just like,
Yeah.
what is the purpose of that?
Yeah. It was weird.
Yeah.
I feel bad that I wish I hadn't watched that.
But the first one was fabulous.
It's the best.
If you're bored, check it out.
Yep. I haven't seen Forrest Gump, so.
No, that's
that
a great
I saw
movie
on
too.
TV.
Yeah. Well, people will get shocked when I tell them that because I feel like I've already watched it. All of it's in the culture, the box of chocolates and shrimp. Yeah. See?
I never understood that reference to a box of chocolates anyway. It sounded stupid.
Well, you never know.
Well, no, the box of
What you're gonna
chocolates typically, especially a cheap one, has like all these different kinds, and most of them are terrible. Like even I know we think
they're all terrible.
I know we think all of them are. Well, okay. Well,
Duck
ideally we don't eat them anyway. But like
throw
there's
them
all
to
these
the
different
ducks.
types, and some of them are like hard
Duck
and
food.
Duck
they
food.
just don't taste good. And so there's only like one or two good ones in there. And so
And you
when
don't
he
know it
says,
because they're all in chocolate.
Yeah.
so when no, they're not all good.
The coconut's
Got a
terrible.
question here. You got hi family. I'm finally getting over my 2 liters of Diet Pepsi, sugar, and carbs. Any idea how long the withdrawals? How long it takes do withdrawals to take to get over so nauseate?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
I'd say it depends how much like emotional attachment you have to those things, because your body is going to be craving one thing, but also your mind. And so like if you've been drinking like all those and eating all those things for so many years, you have to give yourself grace. I mean, it could take, a couple of weeks at least, maybe a full month, because addiction is hard to let go of. But I'm so happy you're letting go.
Thing. Yeah. I mean, your body's going to crave real food more than anything, but mentally and emotionally, you're going to crave these other foods because you've been attached to these foods for your whole life. I know. Anyway, this stuff has been in our culture for so many years now. We grew up on this stuff, so the most of the attachment is emotional. It's not really what your body craves; it's what you crave emotionally and mentally.
Yeah, and there's the dopamine response in your brain. And your brain gets kind of wired for that over years, and so it does take time to break. And everyone's different too. So, I mean, if you're having physical nausea right now, I couldn't answer how long that'll last. I mean, I would think that would go away soon. But as far as cravings go, I guess for me, it took a week or so of just eating meat, and gradually, I've got donuts at church tempting me every Sunday, and I just don't care. But, the first week or two, it's a little tougher than after that. So, but everyone's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think in those moments, you have to really remember your why, remember the pain, remember why you choose to make this big change in your life. And I think that really helps because we can start to feel better either physically and mentally, but then after a while you forget all that because it becomes your new normal. And so
Yeah.
I think a lot of the addictions to carbon sugar, at least for me, it's a lot of mental. Like my mouth can be hungry, but I know that my stomach will be full and satisfied on a carnivore diet. For me personally.
Yeah.
I've sat there and had personal arguments in my head going, no, I'm not stopping. I'm not hungry. I need to eat, but it's this time of day. No, we're not doing it. We're not stopping. And you end up having these internal struggles with yourself.
Yeah.
And you do.
Sean's got 15 more miles.
Yeah.
Wait. Wasn't he just right there? Oh, the carnivore tracker. Sorry, I got confused on which one.
All right,
Yeah,
guys,
no, we're
I'm
waiting
gonna
on.
hop off, but I know Sean's gonna be here
Sean's
in a
coming,
little
yeah.
bit. But this was fun. I'll leave the stream going. But yeah, thanks for having me,
All right.
guys. Enjoy the
All
rest of
right,
your
be
evening.
that way, Nicole. Just leave us. We understand.
I love you, Nicole.
You didn't have to flush yourself out.
I'm jumping off.
She went out the back door.
My chair because I'm too short, so I'm gonna jump off my chair and crawl to the couch.
All you had to do is turn off your camera and your mic, and you could have done that in private.
All right, see you all later.
Bye.
Have a good one, Nicole.
Bye.
So I'm going to take off too. I'm taking off too. So thanks for letting me join the crazies.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Ellie. Bye.
Yeah.
Wait.
John's having issues with his stream up there.
Carrie, we need more estrogen.
There we go.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Ooh.
John, you're in here twice now. Let me pull out the other one. There we go.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Party's settling down.
Yeah. Look at this. It's about time she left.
I'm gonna tell on you.
That's funny.
Oh, how
okay.
rude, John.
Okay, I don't have to tell on you now. She knows.
Oh.
You're in trouble.
All right. Well, at least the party will get a little bit more normal now that Nicole left.
No, normal is boring, y'all.
Yeah, no. All of our
Well,
Christmas
as normal as
decorations
all
are-
of us are, anyways.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Normal is a relative term.
Right. What
Well,
is
this
normal?
is true too.
That's true.
Right.
Hey, John.
Someone
All
mentioned
right.
Rickyverse.
Yeah, John. What do you get? What's going on down there, bud?
It looks like I'm having some internet trouble here, but I was just going to say, you did the October Step Challenge that just ended a couple days ago.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well,
you got
the
some
very first day
delay
I-
on your end, but go ahead and talk.
Very first day I went out to walk, I was listening to a podcast. I was listening to a podcast and I was listening to Rick. Rick was telling his story, I think, to Dave Mack. And I got so into it, I didn't even pay attention to how far I'd walked. And I was kind of walking in a straight line. And when the interview was over, I was 7 miles from my car. Then I had to walk back.
Oh,
I was Dave's first interview.
well, that's one.
And I was listening
That's
to Rick's
one way
story.
to
I
win.
was
That's one way to
searching.
win. And now I understand how you got so many miles.
I watched the interview too. I loved it.
Really?
Yeah.
I figured most
Yeah.
people think I'm some kind of crazy
I
quack.
listened to it on like a podcast. And,
Hey,
I
Rick,
get
what's
so into it, I
what's the
forgot
likelihood
that
of
I'm
having
walking
both
away
people to
from my
watch
car.
it in the same stream together?
Uh-oh.
The 80s are calling.
Seriously.
Retro
Sounds like
Rick.
sounds like the end of a Pink Floyd song. He keeps hanging up. Why does he keep hanging up?
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
talking
mine.
about getting your
Oh,
steps in.
yes.
You know, that's one thing about Japan is that, you know, like they're so active. They walk so many places or bicycle and use public transport. Like the last 2 weeks I was there, we did an average of 21,000 steps a day, just getting around, you know. And like it's very hilly. A lot of these steps are actually steps, you know, they're stairs. You know, I've got some video I'll be putting up soon about some of these like touristy spots to go see, some of these shrines and temples and things like that. And literally, there are like just hundreds of steps just everywhere, you know. And these are old and young people. Like, so some of the people were going up to these places. Like, they were in their 80s and 90s, you know, walking up these hills and stairs. And I didn't see one mobility scooter, not one. You know.
Yeah,
It's
that's
crazy.
amazing. I'd love to visit there one day. I actually, I have a half brother that lives there, and I'd love to visit him.
Yeah, you should do it. You know, Japan's a fantastic place.
So now that the step
I lived there
challenge
for
is
10
over,
years.
now the step challenge is over, I find myself like walking to the store instead of taking my car. I've kind of gotten used to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I started a new job right as I did that step challenge, and then I ended up driving. You know, I'm doing probably 200 miles a day plus, and so getting out and walking became an issue. I did quite a bit of it, but I wasn't able to do it like I had planned on. But you did an awesome job, John. I'm proud of everybody on there. Everybody did a really good job of doing the step challenge. Ground beef guy did good. Carnivore Soldier. There was a bunch of you guys on there that all did really good at it.
You know, I'm kind of curious because this is the first time I've talked to a lot of you, except Mike and
I'm
Carrie.
glad I did it. When I
oh, I'm sorry. You go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that I became a carnivore on July 1st of this year, and on June 30th, before I started the carnivore diet, my wife literally had to help me get up off the couch, and I finished the challenge with 80,000 steps ahead of everybody else.
That's awesome.
Outstanding. Yeah.
Whoa.
So good.
Huzzah.
There you go. That's
John,
what really it's all about right there.
John, we need to work on your internet and get
great.
you on one of the live streams with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to do that and talk about it.
Good.
Are you doing the 5K this weekend, John, or next weekend?
I am not. I know about it. It's not far from here, but no, next weekend I'm going to be here in Knoxville. But I know what you're talking about. The 5K. It's up in Mayberry, North Carolina, right?
Right, Mount Airy. Yeah.
Yeah, Mount Airy, Mayberry. All right. Ellie, you had a question?
Oh yeah, all I was gonna ask was, how long has everyone is everyone here carnivore, and like how long have you been on carnivore? Because I've been almost 6 months now for me personally.
I started March 1st, so I'm like 8 months in.
Yeah.
Lost 80 pounds, no longer diabetic, no longer have fatty liver. Got all kinds of improvement. My most recent is, and I got to do a video on this, is I no longer need my reading glasses. Whoop, where's the camera?
Oh, that's awesome. That's really good.
I no longer need reading glasses now to read, which, for the last 2 years to anything that was fine print, I would have needed glasses to read. So somehow the carnivore diet has corrected some of my vision issues. Not, it's not 100%, but it's definitely to the point where I don't need them to read. Let's work our way around. I'll answer that question. Mike Shaw's putting his glasses on. Mike Shaw, how long have you been carnivore this time?
Good luck. This is day 81, and I'm down about 14 pounds. And my last video, I went over all my labs. I just had them drawn about a week ago, and they are really fantastic. My insulin's 5. My triglycerides are 90. My fasting glucose was 87 or 89. I mean, it was just right down the line. Everything's great except for my LDL is way high. And I've been watching all these videos. Turns out I'm going to live forever. So it's all good, man. I'm excited, and maybe I'll lose weight a little bit faster, but that's not the main point anyway.
Cool. David.
Yeah, yeah. I've been carnivore 180, about 190 days now. But I spent 9 years ketovore, like ketogenic sort of style. Before that, and before that, most of you know my story. It's had stage 4 blood cancer twice, and in a 2-year period before that. Um, the improvements over the years, over the 9 years, where I thought I was doing great actually, and I was doing pretty well. But then going on to carnivore, I don't worry about things like colds and flus anymore, whereas before it used to be a very big issue, very low immune system and things like that. Small improvements that I never even thought about. No joint pain, no headaches, no fevers. Like before, if I was up and awake for more than 3 hours or so, I'd get too tired. I'd start getting fevers, and I'd start, have to take some medication and go sleep it off, sort of thing. Now I'm all good. I just did a trip to Japan, and I had no issues at all. I traveled, I didn't get sick once. I didn't get a cold, flu, or anything like that. Not even a fever, not even a headache. And it's been fantastic. The improvements just keep coming. It's been brilliant.
That's so good.
DC's story is amazing. If you haven't heard it, Ellie, you should really hear his story because, stage 4 cancer twice, recover. He's got a great channel. You should go over there and check him out. DC Learning to Live. All right, moving around here. Ellie, how long you been carnivore? You might answer that, and I wasn't listening.
No, it's all good. Yeah, I have a counter on my phone because that's what all the cool people do. 186 days on the carnivore diet. And
now you're gonna make me pull out my counter and tell you how many days exactly. Thanks.
Do it.
All right.
I dare you. No.
I'd get the app, but it would just get lines on it. So.
Well, then we at least have the number.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So, ketogenic eating has been incredibly life-changing for me. I did keto back in 2018, and that was back when I was 240 pounds. I was depressed. I lived in my house. I never left my house. This is what I mean. I lived in my bed, I should say. And I dropped out of college, and it was like the darkest years of my life. And I found keto, and I did that for 6 months, and I lost 50 pounds, and I was able to get pregnant with my husband. Oh, there it is. Very good. I was able to finally get pregnant with my husband that we had been trying for so long. And then the big bad happened in 2020, that summer. And my doctor basically bullied me into stopping keto because I was going to harm my baby. I was going to harm myself. And I had this fear. So then I continued a couple of years later, had my son, and I was back to addicted to carbs. I was an emotional eater. And so then I found carnivore this year, and it's completely changed my life. I no longer have any addictions, no more crutches. My mental health is at an all-time high. I feel like I'm finally able to. I'm
just
more
give me a
industrious.
second, will you?
Oh.
I feel like I'm more industrious now because I would have just a couple of years ago never would have made my YouTube channel and socializing with all of you guys, and it's just I feel like so from my heaviest I'm down 75 pounds.
Nice.
Wow. Congrats.
Thank
Amazing.
you. And I'm very passionate about this, and I'm feeding my children keto and carnivore diets. And I want to, with my channel, spread awareness about meat-based eating, especially for children, because I believe that they're our future. And there are so many children and parents that don't know how they can help their children not become sick like we are. So that's kind of my mission right now, is to spread that awareness.
And where are you located at?
I'm in Florida.
You're in Florida? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get going, guys. Ellie, that's a great story. I'd love to hear a bit more about that. But Yeah, excellent.
So
Go,
nice to
guys.
meet you. Bye.
All right. See you
DC,
guys.
send me an email and I'll send you Dave Mac's contact information because you need to hook up with
Okay.
him and talk about your story with him.
Serious.
Yep, sure thing.
And then there was 6.
Yeah, 5.
All right, Carrie, your turn. You're down here. What's going on?
Okay. My story is a little bit different in that I didn't really have any weight issues that I was dealing with, nor did I have diabetes yet. It ran in my family, and my mother had type 2 diabetes, and she had started out very slim, but as she got older and she was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, she started gaining weight. She began taking insulin and gaining more weight, and her quality of life just really got bad. And I saw what was happening to her. And this is a woman who never took so much as an aspirin when I was a kid growing up, and even when I was in like my 20s. And for some reason, and she didn't like doctors either. She didn't trust them. And then somehow, I don't know, when she started when she was a diabetic, diagnosed with diabetes, and started seeing the doctor, I don't know if they got her with the, hey, you can eat what you want as long as you take medicine to accommodate it. I'm not sure what happened, but she just, next thing you know, she was so proud of herself because she was checking her blood sugar, she was taking her medicine, but she just kept getting worse, and her mobility started getting bad. This was over some years. So in 2015, I was like, yeah, I don't want that to happen to me. And so I started doing research and played with a very, like a low fat diet for like a week. And that was like, nope, that ain't happening. And stumbled upon low carb. And I was low carb until December of 2022. And at that time, I became carnivore by accident. I have a neighbor who works for a food supply company, and he brought me all these boxes of meat. He brought me like a box of bacon and a couple of chubs of bologna and burger patties and stuff. And so I had all this stuff just like crammed in my refrigerator, and I gave some to my daughter because I just couldn't keep all of it. But I ate on that stuff because I didn't want it to go bad. I put some in the freezer, but I didn't have a box freezer. So I just was eating on all this meat, and I was already what you would call ketovore anyway. And I had improved like all my numbers except that pesky LDL. But everything else, like my A1C was at like 4.9. My fasting blood sugar was anywhere between 77 and 89. So I was doing great.
Yeah.
But then I realized, I guess I was just like looking on YouTube, and some videos about carnivore came up. And I was like, and I had been eating this way, I guess, about a month or so. And I was like, well, gosh, I guess I'm carnivore, so I just kind of stumbled into it. But the most amazing thing about carnivore is this: all my life, to varying degrees, I have dealt with anxiety, whether it's ruminating over things that could happen or being in social situations. I love people. I love being around people, and I've always wanted to be around people, and I would be around people. But the whole time there was turmoil inside me when I was there, just wondering, is what I'm going to say stupid? Is there a booger hanging out of my nose? Why are they looking at me like that? Just, you know what I mean? Just, and I don't do that anymore. I would have never started a YouTube channel, but I want to spread the word because, yes, I have the benefits of, I'm not diabetic and never will be unless, I don't know, some weird freak of nature happens, but I'm sticking to carnivore for the rest of my life. I want to get the word out because there are so many other things than weight and diabetes that this way of eating helps. And I don't know what the difference was between the keto, because I wasn't really eating many vegetables because it had gotten to where, like, especially raw vegetables would just mess my stomach up. And so I wasn't eating many anyway. And so when I just went totally meat, I'm not sure what did it, but it was that extra push. And I mean, I've got that carnivore calm, like, and I've had some stressful situations in the last few months too. Several stressful situations, but instead of freaking out, ruminating over it, oh my God, what am I going to do? maybe calling one of my kids. Now they would help me, but at the same time, I don't want to be a burden. And if it's something I can do myself, I want to do it. And so I just handle things in a much more calm manner now and can just focus much better, like at work and things. So I just want to really stress the fact that the anxiety and mental health can get so much better. And I love Chris Palmer's book. If you haven't read it, I really encourage you to do that, because it has a lot of information about ketones in the brain and just the mitochondria and how that all acts together. So, but anyway, that's my story.
Hey, John, I changed from my computer over to my phone, so the connection might be better now.
Oh, look at that.
Nope.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
much better.
Wow.
Yeah, you got better video. You got better everything.
Yeah,
Rick, you know your mic's
kinda
muted, right? I
automated
know
out.
you're over there playing with your mic and having issues, but your mic is muted on StreamYard.
Okay.
Not you, John. I'm talking to Rick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't have his earbuds on.
Yeah, he's been talking on the phone and doing all kinds of stuff.
He's having a good time.
Yeah.
So, John, I guess we're at your story now. We'll skip Rick since he's still working on it.
Me and Sean White, Intentional Carnivore, have something in common. I spent most of my adult life working in public safety as a paramedic. And I worked third shift, actually second shift, 7 at night until 7 in the morning. And I was already kind of overweight and definitely carb addicted and sweets addicted. And then when I went to that overnight shift where I worked in Charlotte, fairly big city with a lot of gang activity, very, very, very stressful job. I would just eat, to pass the time. I'd get anxious about, it wasn't so bad if we were on a bad call, but waiting for the bad call was made you very anxious. You'd almost get the call and get on with it, then wait for a call that could come in with, say, 5 children shot in a house. I mean, I've been to those calls. And so to cope with all that stress and anxiety, I would just eat incessantly. I'd get off at 7 in the morning. I'd run to the local Bojangles, get me a biscuit or two, the big potatoes, the bow rounds, the sweet tea, eat, go home, and go straight to bed. Well, you can just imagine after 20 years of doing that my health was so bad. I ended up leaving the big city of Charlotte and went to work in Lincoln County, which is a very rural area west of Charlotte. And that wasn't really any better because we didn't do anything. I was out in the rural area, and we didn't hardly ever make calls. So you're working a 12 to 14-hour shift with literally nothing to do. So I started eating even more. Well, I got 325 pounds. I'm 6'1", so that's not, I was morbidly obese, but not like some folks. But I had arthritis in both of my knees, my left hip, and both my ankles, and then my lower back. And it got to the point where I couldn't get down on the ground. If somebody had fallen and we needed to put them on a spine board, I simply couldn't get down there to lift the person up. I'd have to get on my hands and knees. And then if we were out in the country and we didn't have any first responders to help us, I really struggled to pick people up, and had a case where I actually dropped a guy on a spine board. Well, he was a local politician. His wife saw it. The guy understood. He apologized. He was a big man. And my partner was 5'1". I'm 6'1". And it was a girl. She weighed about 80 pounds. Now she could do her job and do it well. Yeah. But the mismatch in our size, I think, led to me not being able to hold the board. I slipped and he fell and I fell on him. Well, I apologized to the guy. He said, "No, it's my fault for being this big. Thank you for what you're doing." But 2 days later, I got a letter in the mail saying I was fired, which was the right thing to do. I could not adequately do the job. I was half the time I needed an ambulance worse than the person that called the ambulance. So they let me go. Well, I got a wife and kids and a mortgage and all that stuff. So I ended up driving home from turning in my uniforms thinking, what am I going to tell my wife? What am I going to do? Public safety is all I've ever done since I got out of high school. And I was behind an 18-wheeler on I-85, and it had a sign on the back that said, "Now hiring drivers, starting pay $50,000, which is about what I made as a paramedic. Actually, it was a little bit more than I made as a paramedic. So I signed up for truck driving school, got my commercial driver's license, and went to work for a trucking company. Well, that didn't help either, because now I'm sitting, 12, 14, 16 hours a day. John, you drive, like I was OTR over the road. So I sat and snacked and ate and health just got worse and worse. And then in 2021, I was in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. I was on my way back to Charlotte to do my annual Department of Transportation physical, and had a really bad AFib episode in betwixt the two. So I made it back to Charlotte, went to the emergency room. They put me right in the hospital. They said, "Man, you don't realize how close you are to dying." I said, "Well, I'm a paramedic, so I got a good idea." So they got me all fixed up. But the Department of Transportation doctor, it was actually a PA, she would not let me drive for 6 months. Well, I had already bought my first rig, and so I had like a $1,300 a week payment, plus all my insurance and everything. I ended up getting my own business, and I contracted back with the company that I'd been pulling for. Well, my bills were due every Friday, about $1,800 I had to pay every Friday for this, my insurance and my truck payment. But she said I had to wait 6 months before I could go back out on the road, so I had to fire sale my truck. Of course, it's during the pandemic, and during that time they had really restricted the amount of new trucks that were being produced off the assembly line. So if you had a used truck for sale, you could get top dollar for your used truck, and my truck was like brand new; it was immaculate. So I sold it. I made about $50,000 when I paid off the loan, and I got the balance. It was about $50,000. So, okay, now I'm not a paramedic anymore. I've lost my truck driving company. I'm 51 years old. I'm eat up with arthritis. Now I've got these heart problems. My blood pressure is through the roof. Even blood pressure medicine wouldn't bring it down. And I just went into a state of depression. I just, for about 6-7 months, actually almost a year, I didn't do anything. I pinched off that $50,000 to keep the bills going. So now at the end of that, I'm broke. I have no job. I've lost my business. I can't go back to being a paramedic because my health is even worse now. And ironically, I had taken out a $250,000 life insurance policy when my daughter was in 6th grade. And I said, if something ever happens to me, my wife and daughter at least can, my daughter can go to college. My wife won't have to struggle financially. We can keep this nice home that we bought, or they could keep it. And so that policy ended in May of this year. May 31st, that policy expired. It was a term policy. And I was just hoping that I could be so unhealthy and so bad that I would die before that insurance policy lapsed so my wife could get the money. So she would be taken care of, and I would be released from this miserable hell I was in. And I didn't die. Damn it. I didn't die. So June 1st, I'm still alive. So my wife and I thought about selling the house. We were going to buy some property and do some homesteading and try to raise our own food. So that took me to one of Carrie's videos. I was watching Homestead How. Carrie starts talking about this carnivore diet, which I'd done keto in the past, and I failed miserably. I tried to eat less, move more, failed miserably. So I watched this thing about the carnivore diet, Carrie talking about his 30 days. And my wife said, I'm going to bed. I'm not interested in this. So I stayed up and watched it, which led me to the whole next day looking at Dr. Berry, Dr. Chafee, everybody I could find, and just deep diving into this thing. So I told the wife, July 1, I'm going to start this. And from July 1st to July 31st, I'm going to try this. And what did I have to lose? I mean, I had nothing to lose. I didn't die. Damn it, I didn't die. I was so disappointed when I woke up on June 1st still alive. Anyway, so I said, July 1, I'm going to do this. So I was in pretty rough shape July 1. But I started. We had gone to a local grocery store, and they had all these Boston butts marked down. It goes that they had to sell them that day or throw them away or whatever. So we bought 3 or 4 huge Boston butts, and we cooked them in some crock pots and put them in Ziploc freezer bags and had them in the freezer. So the first 2 weeks, I just ate Boston butt with sugar-free barbecue sauce and some Cholula hot sauce. And I, within 2 weeks, some of the pain in my right hip was gone. My left knee stopped hurting. I started sleeping better, and I'm eating pork with, barbecue sauce and stuff on it. Yeah. But I had changed my diet so dramatically that I started feeling better. So the end of July comes, I'm really starting to feel better. I've lost 18, 19 pounds just doing nothing, basically. So I said, well, I'm going to keep going through August. And so really started narrowing down, started doing B&E, started trying to find ribeyes on sale and New York strip on sale and chuck steak on sale, roast. And so I did that through August. And I mean, my life is, it almost seems too good to be true. I'm down 63 pounds of fat, but I've put on, according to my impedance scale, about 7 pounds of muscle.
Nice.
And just to give you some context, I don't want to brag, but I did win the step challenge by 80,000 steps. That's the distance between me and Sean White. And I'm 56 years old. I'll be 57 in March. So I was really proud of
Sean's a
that.
beast.
He is the beast. And I was really excited to be, up there with him. Both of us being former paramedics. That was kind of a cool thing. When I started, I couldn't do one push-up. I can do 30 push-ups right now and not even break a sweat. I've been walking 10 miles a day on average. There's nothing I can't do. I can squat down, stand back up, and to kind of polish it off, I'm probably the happiest I have ever been. To Carrie's point, I have no anxiety. Nothing rattles me. I don't care what comes up. I got this. We'll figure something out. I don't get upset in traffic. So it's like the carnivore diet has restored me. And just a quick update, there's a breaking news here. On the 21st of this month, I'm going for my DOT physical, and if I pass, I'm buying a new truck.
Yes.
Congrats.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Huzzah!
That's a great story. That's a great story, man.
Thanks, man.
Glad you didn't die.
Right?
Yeah.
We're all glad you didn't die.
On June 1st, I was upset, but right now, I just love everything about life. I've become good friends with Brian and Greg from they do the Thursday night NFL thing. That's where I met you, John, the first time. Was on that. And I'm actually interviewing Greg on my channel Monday. He has some really exciting news on his channel today, if you guys saw that. But he's going to come on my channel. I'm going to record him Monday and probably put it out Wednesday. So great to have Brian on there. I've been on Greg's channel, I think, at least once. And so I've just found this community. Let me piggyback on that. I found this community of like-minded people, and and you guys may comment on this, I'm just completely blown away at how supportive and loving and uplifting everything about the carnivore community is. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's the best community out there.
We're glad you're here.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad to be here. I appreciate it. I love you guys.
That's awesome. Hey, Sean's in the house.
Sean snuck in.
Speaking of truck drivers.
I'm finally done, yeah.
Where you at, Sean?
I had a long Cisco, Texas.
Oh, I know where that is. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't hear him. What did he say?
Road there.
Cisco, Texas.
Yep.
I didn't hear what Sean said.
Cisco.
Cisco.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's a cool looking town.
I haven't been as far, or I haven't been off the. I haven't seen it besides the trailer, the truck stop. Jesus, I'm tired.
You're okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're glad you're not driving if you're tired.
Yeah. I got my 1 day off tomorrow, so I'm happy.
Yay!
Walking my dog
That's
right
good.
now.
Finally.
Yeah. It's good. Where are you going to be for your day off?
Still here in Cisco.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be parked here at the truck stop till Monday morning.
All right. Well, I hope Cisco really is a cool town. I've just been through it.
Sean, adjust your mic just a tad bit. You're cutting in and out on us.
Oh, I'm about to hop off and get back on my computer.
Okay. We'll hold off and wait for the question until you get on your computer then. Because the question is how long you've been carnivore, and that everybody's gone around except for you and Rick. So we'll get Rick's answer, and then when you get on your computer, we'll get your answer.
Yeah, I'll be on.
All right, Rick.
In a minute.
Yes, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, you got good audio now, sir.
I had to make a few adjustments. This day has been a disaster, but I think now things are smoothing out. When you talk about carnivores and the way we handle things, if I told you what happened today, you'd be surprised that I'd be as calm as I am.
You looked a little frazzled when you came back from towing your truck. So
yeah, my truck broke down. Ironically, when I was at Winn-Dixie trying to get a special on meat, they marked down ground beef to $1.99 a pound. So you know me, I bought the whole stock. I had already gone to Aldi to buy some eggs and some cheese and stuff like that, and then I get out of Winn-Dixie and my truck won't start. And my batteries aren't that great, so I got about maybe 8 or 9 cranks and it's all over, and it was done. Then I had a friend of mine try to help me jump start it. That didn't work. Then recently, now you saw me, my other friend went down there. We tried to get it running. It wouldn't run. So we just put a chain on it and pulled it to my house. Then when I got here, it got stuck in a mud hole. So we had to kind of like pull it back. I mean, it was just a pain. It went sideways. I got all dirty. You could see why when I came in, I wasn't feeling too good. But it's okay now. I turned on my air conditioner. It's so hot here all the time. Everything is a struggle. Every time you want to do something here, you're going to sweat because it's like 80 or 90 degrees. It's ridiculous.
So the question that everybody's answering here, Rick, is how long have you been carnivore and what's your backstory?
I've been carnivore since the summer of 1983, although I did go vegan vegetarian in 93, from January 93 to about July when I got a really bad flu. I don't know how many days that is, but it's got to be thousands of them by now. And it's just my lifestyle. It's not even, I wouldn't even say that it's a diet. It's a way of living. It so naturally fit into it. I can't imagine anything else.
Outstanding. I love that. Well, the comment section went quiet on us.
Well, of course. See me, well,
everybody was enthralled with John's story, I guess. So
yeah, I think Carrie's having a live. So
yeah, I'm sure we're competing. We've been going for 2 hours and 20 minutes. I mean, we've been on here for a while.
Yep.
You know, I guess I've been here. Rick was here in the beginning. Some of you guys jumped in afterwards, but yeah, we've been going for a while. Mm-hmm. Anyways, I appreciate you guys being on here, and you know, I throw this out to Carrie and to Ellie. You're invited to be on my Carnivore Roundtable.
Oh, fantastic! I'll do it.
We have it every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
You know, we get 4 or 5 carnivores together for a roundtable discussion. Yep. And just, you know, we'll have a good time, answer a lot of questions and stuff. So I have openings coming up, you know, here probably into the end of November, into December. So if you guys want to jump in there, I'll shoot you guys an email. Or actually, if you email me, it's easier, and then I can shoot you links. It's carnivorebackwoods@gmail.com.
I'm on my second one tomorrow. It's going to be great.
Mike Shaw's going to be on with us.
If I'm late, it's because I'm coming back from church. But if I am late, it'll only be a few minutes.
We'll figure you're in gridlock.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. I'll definitely email you. I always love meeting more carnivores, right?
Yeah. I'd actually like to get you guys on the round table, and then I'd get you on my Carnivore Life, which is a one-on-one interview that I do. And so I'll shoot you a link for setting up schedules for both of those.
Yeah.
But like I said, just shoot me an email at carnivorebackwoods@gmail.com. It makes it really easy. Then I can send you my calendars, and you guys can pick dates that work for yourself.
Okay, sounds good.
Sounds great.
Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, absolutely. So let's go around here and just Mike.
Yeah.
What's on your mind, sir?
What's on my mind? I gotta fix this thing by tomorrow. That's one thing that's on my mind. So I put it in my labs video. I've got I'm still looking for a job, so I don't have a job. So I've got some cash flow problems. It's really bugging me. It's stressful. I think it's probably inhibiting my weight loss a little bit just because of the stress. Even though I'm trusting God and He's been showing up, and I haven't missed a meal and I haven't missed any bills, so things are fine. But you know, I do my budget and I go, this is not going to work. So I'm kind of working through that. I know it's going to work out in the end, so I'm not extremely worried about it long term. So I think that's probably the main thing on my mind, because, you know, when you don't have a cash flow and, you know, when your basic needs are being met, but when you don't have, you know, that security, it's kind of hard to think about other things too long. So, but I mean, that's kind of it. I got to go to Des Moines today, first time in Des Moines. So that was fun. And like I said earlier, I picked up a whole bunch of pork belly. So I can't wait I'll do a video on that. I'll do a pork belly unboxing. So that'll be a good video.
All right. Ellie, what's on your mind tonight?
Like I said, I was filming that Carnivore Thanksgiving video today, and it was really putting into perspective about what holidays truly mean. And I have a new live stream that I do called Mother Knows Best, where I invite uh, mothers and experts who, because like my whole mission is to get the word out about children and starting them with their health younger. And we were talking, I was talking with Nia's Way. She was in the comments earlier, and we were collaborating on that. And there's so much beauty and wonderful. I don't even know how to say it. It's just like, because it's just like all in my mind. But I'm so thankful for where I am now with my health, and I'm so thankful for where I am with my family. And I know it's not about food anymore, because my whole life was about food. And now I'm able to pursue creative endeavors and be a part of my community, online and offline. And so I'm just full of thankfulness. That's what's on my mind.
Outstanding. That's good stuff. Absolutely. Carrie, what's on your mind?
I believe I'm going to start a series that somehow ties into, because I know, for example, the carnivore diet, that's our ancestral diet for all practical purposes. I mean, they ate mostly meat. So I'm thinking there are other things in today's society other than food that cause us to have health problems and cause issues and anxiety. And so just things that I've done, not that I'm any kind of an expert, but in addition to the carnivore diet, other things that I'm using, like, for example, I do use meditation, and I also use morning walks watching the sunrise. If you can possibly do those two things, they are just such a great start to your day. Now, I can imagine when I had small kids, I'd be thinking somebody was crazy, to suggest that I get up earlier to meditate and take a small walk. But I always have liked walking. I started meditation just a few months ago. It was about maybe 3 months after carnivore, roughly. And that has totally also helped as well. So I think I've kind of found a trifecta. So I would just like to talk more about that. And another thing is community, which thankfully the carnivore community is very supportive. But in terms of just a tribe, a community in real life, people don't have that so much. So it's more than ever important for them to also really enrich those personal relationships when they can too. We've lost connection. So there are just some things that I want to talk about in that regard. So hopefully people will find them interesting. But it was just something that I got to thinking about because I don't know. It came. Okay, y'all are gonna think I'm goofy, but it came to me while I was meditating. So
it's kind of the point. I mean, you're sitting there, getting calm and relaxed and thinking to yourself. That's a good time to get some inspiration. So that's good stuff. Rick, I hate to ask this question, but I'm going to do it anyways. Sir, what's on your mind?
Well, I figured that's why you left me for the last one, because either it'll be a lot of laughs or a lot of very surprised people with the things that I say. But I'll tell you what is on my mind. First of all is my ridiculous truck. This thing left me stranded. I got to figure out what's wrong with it, why it won't start. It's probably the injection pump again. Who knows? I'll deal with that in the morning. But the other thing I've been thinking about is in terms of the whole carnivore and videos and stuff like that, I've been trying to get a computer that actually works somewhat well for editing. I've been thinking about different subjects. I was going to do some of my history. I have some old pictures of when I was younger. Some of the things that I think about, I do put some videos on there, as you see, but I haven't done anything really well edited yet. But that's something that I've been thinking about. And there's one other thing I'm thinking about. It's November, and there's that certain bird that everybody likes to eat at this time of the year. Well, as you probably know, rather than the turkey, I'm sure you could guess what kind of bird I always like to have at this time of the year. Yep. Quack, quack.
Sure,
that's the one. Yep. And I got about 4 of them in mind. So I've been looking at them, trying to think which one is the least agreeable and I'll have him a very special place to put him. That's going to be my plan.
Summer
That could be
on
the new name for your.
trial.
That could be the new name for your channel. We could just call you the Quacker Carnivore.
Right.
Well, when you think about a duck and a carnivore, I think everybody thinks about me because I'm
Yeah.
a total quack. You know me. I just
The thumbnail for this stream was all about you, buddy. I put that duck under just for you.
I figured that. I figured it was either JT or somebody that had the idea because when you think of a duck and you think of a carnivore, you think of me. Yeah, there's the 40-year carnivore, but when it comes to being a quack, that's me because I love ducks. In fact, when I was walking back and forth to the grocery store, we have several canals around here, and basically, I couldn't resist. The ducks were there, and I get delighted every time I see a group of ducks hanging around. One mama had a bunch of ducklings, and I like to stop and look at them, but I don't know. I just for some reason I love ducks, even though I like to eat duck.
You could be the duck executioner.
Yeah, but I'm the one person in the neighborhood that rescues more ducks than anybody.
Yeah.
I've pulled more ducks out of the drain. I mean, you wouldn't believe some of the things that I've had to do to try to save them. I've had ducks that are injured, ducks that are diseased, and it doesn't, I don't know. I feel bad when the ducks aren't doing so well.
Yeah. Rick, are you familiar with Ducks Unlimited?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
of
I'm
course.
mad at them because they don't even put Muscovy ducks on their website.
Oh, well, you should fix it.
Fix this phone.
Hey, God. Unfortunately, I do have to go, but I love to chat.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to shut this down.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. It was fun.
But thanks again, John. I
Yeah,
really
no doubt.
appreciate it. This has been great.
Absolutely. And appreciate you guys. We're gonna do this probably once or twice a month. Just
What happened to my camera?
I don't know.
We don't know.
What did
It
you
quacked
do?
out.
I don't know. This thing is terrible. Let me see. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Revenge of the Ducks.
You have to turn it
All right,
on.
have a good night, guys. Bye.
If you guys enjoyed this,
Good night,
we're
Bye,
planning
Ellie.
we'll do these once or twice a month just to get together, have a hangout, just talk about whatever, anything that's going on. It's just a great forum to just enjoy each other's company and not be so serious, about everything. So I appreciate everybody coming out tonight. If you haven't already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, go to these other channels, give them a like and subscribe. Everybody needs some love. I've hit 1,000 subscribers, and I thank each and every one of you guys for subscribing to my channel.
Congrats.
Now my big push is just trying to get my watch hours up. So that's what I'm working on.
Yep.
And I got some great followers on Facebook and Instagram, and I just started a Twitter account, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. So with that said, I do appreciate you guys. It's been 2 hours, 30 minutes, and 59 seconds. And it's time to call this thing and close. Anybody want any other closing comments before I shut it down?
I hope everybody has a great night and Carnivore on.
Just like me to be the last one to leave a party. Figures.
Yeah.
Yep.
Outstanding. Well, I appreciate you guys for being here, and I appreciate everybody else that was on here tonight. And we'll catch you on the next one.
I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. See y'all later.
Have a good one.
Good night.